This garden has not been weeded in 2 years. Not once, no hoeing, no pulling, no spraying, no kneeling, no back pain. Look at the soil. Pull back the mulch layer. It is jet black, crumbly, and threaded with white fungal hyphae, earthworms everywhere. The surface is moist. The structure holds its shape. The structure holds its shape when you squeeze it. This is not dirt. This is a living engine. Now look at the neighbor's bed. Tilled every spring, weeded every weekend, hoed after every rain. The soil is pale, compacted, and cracked, and the weeds are back. They are always back. 7 days after the last weeding session, the bed looks like it was never touched. One garden has 0 weeds. One garden has 0 weeds and 0 labor. The other has endless weeds. The difference is not genetics. It is not luck. It is not a product. The difference is that one garden stopped fighting weeds and started suffocating them, using a system that costs nothing, builds soil while it works, and replaces every tool in the weeding aisle permanently. Welcome. Welcome to Beneath the Roots, the trap. Every time you pull a weed, the trap. Why weeding creates more weeds. You are planting 50 more. Every time you pull a weed, you are planting 50 more. The top 6 inches. The top 6 inches of garden soil contains 20,000 to 80,000 viable weed seeds. A 1997 study in the journal Weed Science documented this across dozens of soils. Some species produce seeds that remain viable for 40 to 70 years. Light. They are waiting for one trigger, light. Most weed species require a brief flash, sometimes a single millisecond, to break dormancy. This is photodormancy. The seed waits in darkness until the soil is disturbed by a hoe or a tiller. That flash of daylight is the germination signal. When you pull a weed, light reaches the seed bank. Within 48 to 72 hours, a new flush emerges. When you till, the damage is exponential. Thousands of seeds rotated. Dr. John Cardina showed that tillage increases weed emergence by 30 to 200%. You are not cleaning the garden, you are activating the seed bank, the market. The $3 billion home garden chemical market depends on you never understanding this. A gardener who stops disturbing soil, stops triggering weeds, and stops buying. The weeding industry sells you tools to manage a cycle that the tools perpetuate. There is a system that breaks it. It costs nothing, and it converts weeds. The science, how light deprivation kills weeds and feeds soil. The principle. The principle is simple. If weed seeds need light to germinate, you deny them. They sit in the seed bank, dormant, harmless, until they decompose. Organic matter. This addresses the trigger instead of the symptom. It is the most effective. Documentation. But passive light deprivation is only half the system. The other half is underneath. When you lay an opaque organic layer, cardboard, newspaper, leaf litter, or chips, you create a dark, moist, high-carbon environment that is biologically electric. Zone. The underside of that barrier becomes a decomposition zone. Fungal hyphae colonize. 14 days. They thread through the cellulose fibers, breaking them down into simple sugars for microbes. Earthworms migrate upward toward the moisture. Their burrowing creates channels. Aeration. Bacteria proliferate, building the biological glues, glomalin, polysaccharides, for aggregates. Dr. Elaine Ingham documented that soils under continuous organic cover develop high productivity. 90 days. They develop ratios characteristic of highly productive, disease-suppressive soil within 90 days. Civil. The barrier is not just blocking weeds, it is building the underground civilization, sustainability. And the existing weeds do not need to be pulled, they are smothered in place. Reserves. Denied light, they exhaust their energy reserves attempting to photosynthesize through a barrier. Penetrate. Within 2 to 4 weeks, annual weeds die completely. Perennial weeds take 6 to 12 weeks. Result. The root system dies. The organic matter decomposes in place. The result is the same. Food. The weed becomes worm food. Its nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium recycled. Labor. Without a single calorie of human labor, you did not remove the weed. Composted. Stand. And the barrier that killed it is simultaneously feeding the soil beneath it. Cornell. A 2006 study published in Hort Technology by researchers at Cornell tested cardboard mulch, fabric. Researchers tested it against black plastic and hand weeding across a 3-year trial. Success. The cardboard treatment suppressed weeds by 85 to 95% in the first season, 18%. It improved soil organic matter by 18% and increased earthworms by over 300%. Synthetic. The landscape fabric suppressed weeds but contributed zero organic matter. Activity. The hand-weeded control required 12 to 15 hours of labor per 100 square feet per season. Pressure. And weed pressure did not decline year over year. The hand-weeding never got easier. Better. The cardboard got better every year. One system fights nature, the other lets nature build. Ground. Welcome to the ground. Welcome to beneath the roots. Welcome to the future. The U.S. lawn and garden market generates over $47 billion annually. The weed management segment, herbicides, landscape fabric, manual tools, represents billions. Within that figure, a stack of cardboard generates zero revenue. It cannot be branded or packaged, and it outperforms every product in the weed aisle while building the soil. While simultaneously building the soil, those products degrade. Landscape fabric. The most commonly recommended permanent barrier costs $30 to $80. It blocks light, but also blocks organic matter from reaching the soil, prevents earthworm migration, eliminates decomposition, and degrades into microplastics. Degrades into microplastic fragments within 3 to 5 years. It suppresses biology. It suppresses weeds and suppresses biology simultaneously. Cardboard does the opposite. It suppresses weeds while accelerating biology. When it decomposes, within 4 to 8 months, the mulch layer above it continues the light deprivation indefinitely. The product that works best is free. The product the industry sells must be replaced. What is not revenue is not taught. Here is the protocol. It takes 1 afternoon and costs nothing. Step 1. Step 1. Stop pulling. Stop tilling. Today, every act of disturbance. Every act of soil disturbance triggers the seed bank. The first step is not building. It is ceasing hostilities. Leave the weeds where they are. You are about to kill. You are about to kill them without touching them. Step 2. Lay the barrier. Step 2. Lay the barrier. Collect cardboard. Any type. Shipping boxes. Collect cardboard. Any type. Shipping boxes, moving boxes, appliance packaging. Remove all tape, staples, and stickers. Glossy printed cardboard is acceptable. The inks in modern printing are predominantly soy-based and break down safely. Avoid any cardboard with a waxy or plastic-coated surface. Lay it directly. Lay the cardboard directly on top of the existing weeds and grass. Do not clear first. The weeds underneath will be smothered. Overlap every seam by 6 inches. Overlap every seam by at least 6 inches. Any gap will become a weed highway. Any gap, any point where light can penetrate, will become a weed highway. Overlapping is not optional. Overlapping is not optional. It is the difference between 95% suppression and failure. If you do not have enough cardboard, thick layers of newspaper, 8 to 10 sheets, work identically. So do brown paper bags opened flat and overlapped. Wet the cardboard thoroughly. Wet the cardboard thoroughly after laying it. This softens the material. Softens. Conforms it to the soil surface, prevents it from blowing away, and accelerates fungal colonization. The moisture signals to the biology below that the barrier is food, not just shade. Step 3. Step 3. Armor the barrier. Cover the entire layer with mulch. Armor. Cover the entire cardboard layer with 4 to 6 inches of organic mulch, indefinitely. What to use? Wood chips from arborists are the single best material, often free for the asking. Long-lasting and the primary food source for mycorrhizal fungi. Fall leaves work excellently. Fall leaves work excellently. Straw is effective but decomposes faster. Nitrogen. Grass clippings in thin layers, no more than 2 inches, provide fast nitrogen. 4 things. The mulch layer does 4 things simultaneously. It extends light deprivation permanently. Moisture. It retains moisture, reducing or eliminating watering. It feeds the soil food web from the surface. And it insulates the root zone against temperature extremes. Step 4. Plant through shield. Step 4. Plant through the shield. When you are ready to plant, expose. When you are ready to plant, pull the mulch aside at the planting point. Cut an X. Cut a small X in the cardboard, just large enough to insert a transplant or poke a seed hole. Push the mulch back around the stem after planting. The plant grows through. Weeds cannot. The plant grows through the shield. The weeds cannot. The root finds its way down. Improvements. The root finds its way down into soil, improved by decomposition. The system builds while it blocks. Step 5. Step 5. Replenish. As the mulch layer thins over the season, add more. Decomposing. As the mulch layer thins over the season, add more on top. Fall is the window. Natural. Fall is the natural replenishment window. Leaves drop. You gather them, you pile them on the beds, restart. By year 2, the cardboard is gone, fully decomposed. The seed bank hasn't been triggered. Over a year. The viable weed seed population is declining naturally as seeds expire. Indifferently. Barrier. The mulch layer is now the permanent barrier. The fungal network beneath it is dense and active. The earthworm population has exploded. The soil structure is sponge-like, dark and self-maintaining. Permanently. You have not weeded, you will not weed. The system replaced the hoe, the spray, and the labor. Permanently. The garden industry built an entire product category around a problem that it taught you to create. Trigger. Pull the weed, trigger the seed bank. Till the bed, trigger the seed bank. Spray herbicide. War. And every spring, return to the store for more tools to fight the war that the tools started. The war. A sheet of cardboard from your recycling bin and a layer of free mulch ends that war. Denying them. Not by fighting weeds, by denying them the one thing they need. A flash of light from disturbed soil. Existence. The weeds do not need to be pulled. They need to be suffocated. Simultaneously. Fungal, earthworms, aisle. You have a choice. Keep kneeling in the dirt every weekend, spending money on tools that perpetuate the cycle. Break. Or lay down cardboard, pile on mulch, and let biology do what it has done on every forest floor for 400 million years. Return. The hoe was never the solution, it was the trigger. The industry made sure it was the only tool you reached for. Survived. The knowledge survives. What you do with it is yours. Subscribe, hit the bell, share, every like. Subscribe to Beneath the Roots and hit the bell. Share this with the gardener in your life. Algorithm.profits. Pain drops soon. The next method drops soon. Welcome to the ground. Welcome home.